Good evening. It is Monday, December 17th, and I call the Maple Plain City Council Truth and Taxation hearing to order. Please stand and join us in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'm looking for a motion to adopt tonight's agenda.
So moved.
Moved by Broda,
Second?
second by Cahill. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. First item of business is our Truth and Taxation public hearing, and I'll turn that over to staff.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor and City Council. Tonight is our annual Truth and Taxation, and really what we're looking at tonight is how the taxes are put together within the community, and there are multiple elements that make up what ends up being your tax bill. You have kind of three main prongs of government that make up your taxes, and that is the county, the city, and then the school district. Another element that we'll talk a lot tonight about is property values. So if your property values change, then that also changes then how much you would then pay in your taxes. Think of taxes as like a rate, and so the percentage can move up or down. And if your house value goes up and that percentage stays the same, you're going to end up paying more in taxes, even though your property value went up, but your taxes could, through the different branches of government, go down. So one thing I wanted to explain was looking at, I'm going to go through the residential, commercial, apartment building values in Maple Plain and kind of talk about what's been going on. First off, we're going to look at estimated market value medians for the city of Maple Plain. And really, kind of what we're focusing on is when the recession, before the recession hit, what were housing values in Maple Plain and where are they at today, and have we recovered? Well, good news for Maple Plain is that, or bad news, depending on how you look at it, our housing value, the median housing value for a single-family home is at $234,000. It went up from last year at $218,000, so we saw about a 6.9% increase throughout the city for single-family homes. That's a pretty big increase, and that puts our housing, like I said, market value median around 2007. We were exactly at $234,000. Our peak was in 2006. We were at $235,000. So we're only $1,000 off from where we were at our peak before the recession hit. So going into that now, I'll talk a little bit about single-family homes, and really what you're going to end up seeing is that the majority of the homes fall in between a 4% decrease or 10% increase when it comes to property tax change. We had 27% or 132 properties that experienced change between 0 to negative 4.9%. We saw increases in from 0.1 to 4.9% in 123 homes, which is about 25% of our single-family units. And then we saw from 5 to just short of 10%, 118 homes fell into that category. And again, reflecting on, the estimated market value increases, that plays a huge part into it. Market value and properties go up, that's going to have an impact on then your taxes. So looking next at, I'm going to focus then on commercial and industrial properties. And commercial properties had it a little bit better this year than the single-family homes. So 27 or 54% of our commercial properties actually experienced a 0 to negative 4.9% decrease in their taxes. So that's kind of nice. But we also then had 22 properties that did experience an increase. 15 of them were between that 0.1 to 4.9% range. And then we had a few scattered, and 5 to 9, and then so on and continuing on up there. Apartment buildings have been going up pretty dramatically over the last few years. In Maple Plain, they are still continuing to go up. I believe last year we were closer to 10%. This year another 7%. So almost all of our apartment buildings, we have 13 of them in town, and 11 of them experienced an increase. The majority of them were between that 5 to 9.9%. We had 6 of them, so just short of 50%. We had 2 of them in that 0.1 to 4.9%, and we even had 2 in the 20% and above. So apartment building owners did experience a pretty drastic increase, a few of them did. So with that all being said, I can tell you a little bit about what the city has done, as we are one of the 3 prongs that help establish the tax rate, and then your property values play off of that tax rate. The city of Maple Plain, we've experienced actually our total levy went down by 0.01%. We eliminated about $11,000 from our total tax levy from the year before. So we are experiencing a decrease on our end of our levy, and so not to say there, like I said, there are other factors, schools, you know, we have to educate the kids, and then also the county, and then also property values. So that's a little bit about what's going on when it comes to tax rates and where we're at within Maple Plain. So with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions from council? No. Right, with that, I will open it up to the public for any questions with the truth and taxation hearing. Anyone to speak on the truth and taxation? And anyone to speak on truth and taxation? All right, seeing and hearing no one to speak, we will close that. And I am looking for a motion to approve resolution -18.
We can do that at the business meeting.
Oh, all right.
It's just a point of reference for the
Perfect. All right. Any visitors to be heard? All right. Seeing none, looking for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Moved by Councilmember DeLuca,
Second.
second by Councilmember Fay. All in favor of adjourning?
Aye.
All right, the meeting is adjourned at 7:06.